Hello everyone, it's Starla, and happy May 4th. May the 4th be with you, all my Star Wars fans out there. Now, if you don't know, my birthday was actually a few days ago. Last week, however you want to put it. And I wanted to get a video out, but I just didn't have the time. And I know this has nothing to do with Star Wars, but look, I saw this game around Itch.io, and I didn't want to put a lot of effort into recording a different game that would take some time and whatnot. I just wanted to record something fun. So I was like, why not? Now, I don't really watch The Amazing Digital Circus. If you guys know what this is, it's a YouTube series. It's pretty popular. Now, I did watch the last episode, and I caught a few, I'd say half of the other episodes with RC. You know, I actually might have watched more than I thought, but I've never sat down and watched it from start to finish. Maybe one day I will. I know they have the last episode coming out in, I think, June. I actually do want to go see that. I saw this, I was like, it seemed too good to pass up. Well, I guess we're just gonna start. There's not much I can say about this. So, we're gonna hit start. I do know all the characters for the most part. I think I keep getting mixed up with, I don't even know the names, I'm not gonna attempt to say it because I'm gonna mess it up. This game is fan-made and is in no way officially affiliated or endorsed by Glitch Productions or Gooseworks. All events and interactions in this game are not canon. Please do not reach out or harass anyone on Glitch's production team about this game. Alright, Kane. Welcome to the Amazing Digital... Oh, I should probably try to read it like how he would say it, right? Nah, I'm not doing that. Welcome to the Amazing Digital Dating Simulator, a slice of lifestyle at school setting where anything and everything is possible. I'm Kane, and I'll be your principal for the duration of your stay here at the Amazing Digital Academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on each other. On the teacher. Become a stray student or a rule-breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first, what uniform will you be donning? Female, obviously. Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you? Starla, huh? Are you sure you like that name? Yeah, that's my name. Alrighty then, Starla. Let's head inside. Hi, my name is Starla. I'm a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a vague, tragic event that changed the course of our lives. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today is my first day at this new school. I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger, so where's the teacher? As I step into the room to let in any of the students that might be late to class, someone else hops into the room. The figure looks like a tall white piece from a gaming set, specifically like he looks like a king in chess. It takes me a moment to put two and two together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be... Hello, my name is Kinger. You must be pleased to meet me. I love the glasses. That's the best add-on. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of genuine sense of excitement. Good morning, students. On the docket today, we have a new student named... Oh, what's your name again? I guess we can go with, hey everyone, I'm still looking forward to learning with you all. Hope we can all be friends. I'm Starla, don't mess with me, we'll be good. I'm still and always down for a good time. We'll be nice. Radio, go on and take an open sea turtle. Most of our students don't bite. What's that supposed to mean? Most of your students. One of the students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. Take a moment to think of who to sit by. I took a seat next to the girl in the colorful hat and silly uniform. I sit next to a shy-looking girl with the comedy mask and body. Mismatched figure with a bored look on their face. I sit down next to a cheery-looking rag doll. Sit down next to the mischievous. I sit down in the teacher. Why don't you sit down in the teacher's chair? Obviously, we're gonna go for Jax. I mean, he's pretty much literally the only guy besides Kinger. I sit down next to the purple rabbit. He looks bored by Kinger's lecture. Let's take a close look. I see his name is written on a nameplate on his desk. Apparently, his name is Jax. So I get a close look at Jax. I see he's working his jaw. Is he chewing gum? Catches me looking at him. I almost apologize for staring, but I can see he's unoffended. Steady grins quietly before putting a finger to his lips. Takes the chewed gum between his gloved fingers, reaching out towards the girl in front of us. The girl in front of us has a ribbon for her body and a comedy mask for her face. She's paying close attention to Mr. Kinger's lecture, and Jack's switching out with the gun in his hand. Is he gonna stick it on her mask? Oh, this is gonna be hard. I actually like her. I'm assuming if you want to romance certain people, you have to keep up with their antics. That's usually how these go. Well, we'll go back. So we're gonna keep quiet. Jack reaches forward with practice stealth, sticking the wet water already been chewing to the ribbon girl's mask. The ribbon girl lets out a quiet shriek of discomfort, flailing her arms as she desperately pulls away from Jax. Ew, Jax, what is that? What did you do? Gango. I keep mixing her and friggin' Zubul, whatever her name was. I keep mixing the two. Her whining and desperate feeling is a little funny, even as she feels around blindly behind her mask. Her movements attract the attention of Mr. Kinger. Where's going on? I think you mean what's going on. He seems aware something is going on, but he doesn't seem to know what. How is this guy teaching us? Jax is just picking on Gangle again. The mismatched figure pipes up from next to Gangle, who was evidently the ribbon girl that Jack stuck his gum to. Here, Gangle, let's go to the bathroom so we can wash it off. Oh yes, carry on then, Zubul. I don't think Faze is his teacher. Zubul glares daggers into the rabbit as they leave. What? Well, it's funny, right? Back me up here. Jax turns to face me. I mean, personally, I don't find that funny, but we'll go along with it. Yeah, that was hilarious. Jack smirks as I take a side. It was a pretty good prank. Hey, you're not so bad, new kid. Maybe you can teach these losers how to grow a sense of humor. I smirk back. Maybe things at the school won't be so bad. I was just settling into my desk and getting used to this place when something burst into the room. Principal Kane, how exciting to have you in our class today. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. I like how you just walked into something that's almost like Narnia or something and you're just not fazed. I'll never get used to it. I would not get used to it as soon as I saw friggin' teeth with eyeballs in it. But, hey, that's just me. Kinger class, how do you do? Principal Kane extends a hand, gesturing to all of us, before freezing in place. It would sound like porcelain grinding against porcelain. His teeth slam shut. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth like they're not solid objects. That's disturbing. Can he actually do that? Startled, I wasn't expecting you here. Am I not a new student? Manic enthusiasm so what? Suffuses. Is that what it says? Suffuses? I'm gonna go with suffuses, his voice as he points his cane at me. Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to make the school interesting. Pauses a moment, rubbing the base of his chin in his contemplation for a moment. Is there a reason you're here, Kane? Zubul speaks to him like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal of the school. Kane perks up. That's right. The reason I'm here to make sure we all have an enriching academy experience. One filled with fun, danger, adventure. He begins to list more and more descriptors, increasing his breakneck speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. And most of all interesting to our art. What did I say? Studio audience. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he addressing somebody? There doesn't appear to be anyone outside. However, the numbers are in. Students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normally this is the time that I tell you that means the end of school life as we know it. Kane bites on his hands in mock horror. The class and Kinger play along, gasping at his revelation. I didn't read that. Hold on. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears. Gangle, don't cry! However, my sweet students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring public interest back into the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp-toothed bubble next to him pipes up. How are you bringing interest back to the school, Mr. President? Mr. President? Kane shoots the bubble with a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later. See my little Tomar emeralds. What's one thing no academy around here has ever had? A cast of colorful characters? A competent principal? Adequate funding? Kane shakes his head. Wrong. It's surprisingly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a culture festival celebrating the unique talents of its students. So I, being your benevolent principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy. We gotta keep the interest of our investors after all. Hey, so I got a question. There's There's 8 of you, right? How is this a school? You got, what is it? You have Ragatha, Gangle, Zubul, Pomni, Jax, all as students, right? That's 5 people. And then Kane and Kinger, that's 7, and then 8 if you count Bubble. So, what type of school is this? That's not even enough students for a class. Like a normal class like this. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You literally have, I mean, counting your character, but you have just enough desks in one class. How would gym class work? Egads, mostly for my deep tissue massage. Alright, Kinger, I'll leave you the list of everyone's responsibilities. You all have 5 days. Break a leg or 2. As abruptly as he appeared, Kane darts out of the room, disappearing from view as he heads to his appointment. Alright, class, let's see what roles Kane assigned to each of you for the Culture Festival. Kinger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragatha, as the class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues. Hey, where's Pomni? She should be here. You can count on me. Zubul and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival. I don't know, I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing everyone else. Pomni and Jax, look up what a culture festival is. Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? No, I like his idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. If it's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. Jax! Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thought, pleading with him to stay quiet. The class erupts into chaos as Zubul and Gangle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to find out what a culture festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class and get her classmates to pay attention. For his part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lesson planned, it was just waiting out the lunch bell. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds, everyone drops their arguments and files out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bustling with unfamiliar faces. Around me there was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I got something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scanned the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. I could check out the library, or I could take the lunch back to the classroom. We're gonna save it. Okay. Let's go check out the library. Welcome to the library with my tray in hand. I peer through the rows of dusty cluttered shelves, and I see Jax palming by the tables in the middle of the library. Even from here, I can tell Jax is up to trouble. He's tapping his foot impatiently and pacing back and forth. I can barely make out Pomni craning her neck to peer up into the tall bunny's yellow eyes. As I gingerly maneuver between the shelves, trying to avoid spilling the cream corn casserole I brought from the cafeteria, I can make out some words. Going to, with Kinger, asked us to. Can't hear Jack's response, but I don't have to, as he mimics Pomni's mannerisms, tilting his head from side to side. As I get closer, I can hear her trying to reason with the stubborn rabbit. I should at least try to do what he said. I don't want to be the only one who didn't do anything to help. Gets my better dressed, but I creep closer, nearly tripping over a step stool. I managed to creep into earshot. Why? This whole thing is pointless, and no one will even notice if we bail, trust me. Jax crosses his arms, leaning back and letting out an annoyed sigh. As he leans back, he catches sight of me. Ooh. Hey, new kid. He calls out to me. What do you think? We should ditch this dumb culture fair thing, right? Their name is Starella Jax. Second off, they were in class with the rest of us. I bet they want to stay on Kate's good side as much as the rest of us. I bet they'd rather do something fun like pulling an epic prank. Pomni gives me a meaningful look. Jax shoots me a mischievous grin. I feel like I should choose my response carefully here. I mean, obviously, in real life, I would be on Pomni's side, but we're gonna go with Jax. Huh, see, Pomni, new kid's cool. Alright, well, you two have fun then. She turns back to the shelves while Jax ushers me. I cannot talk! Oh my god! Well, Jax ushers me out of the library. God damn. Later, Pom Pom. That is. Oh my god. That is such a funny nickname. I'm mad I didn't think of that. That Pomni, huh? She can be so needy. Jax smirks, rolling his eyes. Not like you, huh, new kid? I'm not sure how to proceed for a moment, but I have a feeling I know what Jax wants me to say. Yeah, I'm down for anything. Give Jax finger guns, but she scoffs up before grinning at me. You're so cringe. But since you're so eager to get on my good side, I came up with something fun for us to do. Let's go on a little field trip outside. What do you want? It's RC. What do you want? Are we allowed to do that? Jax rolls his eyes. Jeez, you sound like a broken toy. Is that the only thing you say? Shake my head. I don't want to disappoint Jax. Doesn't matter what we're allowed to do. Madness would get caught, so keep up, new kid. Finds a door leading to a field, slyly pushing it open before bounding through. Yeah, I need to like get some more sleep and really think out my ideas when I try to record videos, especially if I have like no energy for them. Visual novels, like, I'm always slipping up my words. Even now, I can't even make a proper sentence. I have to sprint to make it through before the door locks. Almost it closes. See? The door leads us out onto the softball field. I didn't even know this school had a softball team. Jax gets on all fours, putting his head almost even with the ground as he crawls around. Is he looking for something? Jax, did you leave something out here? Shut up, I'm looking for something. In a few hours I've known him, I've never seen Jax take anything so seriously. Just shut up. Tie your dang ears together. I get down on my hands and knees too, checking each blade of grass for anything remarkable. So focused, I forget my surroundings, bumping face first into the seat of Jax's pants. He wheels on me. I'm trying to get fresh with me, new kid. I blush as I crawl back a few paces. Okay, that's just weird. Sorry. Jax shakes his head. Do you know what we're looking for? No, you didn't tell me! I shake my head. I don't want to make him angry by asking. Now, how do you think you're going to find what we're looking for? I blush again as I realize he has a valid point. What the heck are you blushing for? Tell me I didn't tell you what you were looking for. So what are we looking for? A centipede. A centipede? I hate centipedes. Jax doesn't look amused that he has to repeat himself. A centipede. We spend the rest of lunch searching, but just as the bell rings, I find a centipede crawling near a rock pile. Jax, I found one. I hoist the insect up by its rear end. It flails around as it tries to escape my grasp, its dark legs wriggling in discomfort. Jackpot. Nice job, Cyril. You used my name. No, I didn't, new kid. Yes, you did. You just did. I squint at him. You're imagining things. He puts on an unreadable smirk. Guess I'm not getting him to admit to anything. This is one fine specimen. Okay, what are we going to do with this? Are you an insect collector? Ew, no. He shakes his head before he drops the centipede into my backpack. Hey! Calm down. I'm going to put this in Ragatha's locker, then hide out and watch her open it. Why? Because Ragatha hates centipedes. Pause for a moment, not fully understanding why we would do that. So, why are we putting one in her locker? Because it's funny, new kid, try to keep up. I don't know if I agree, but it's the happiest I've seen Jack since we started hanging out. Come on, have a key to let us back inside. He pulls the ring keys out of his back pocket. How did he get those? Looks like a set of master keys to every door in the school. Cool. Jack sets us back in. We sneak our way up to the main stairwell and are almost at Ragatha's locker when our class rep herself shows up strolling down the hallway. Starla, what are you doing in the hallway? She tilts her head, offering me a weird smile. I've been looking for you since you didn't show up to the afternoon classes. She notices Jax and her expression sours. Jax, you better be leaving Starla alone. Come on, Ragatha. He offers a cartoonishly wide grin. The new kids actually look for me. We even got lunch together. Ragatha looks utterly confused. Starla, is that true? It feels like I should choose my response carefully. Jax, she knows! Throw the centipede and run? That's funny, but no, Jax asked me to look for some people. That's right, we had lunch together and we're just trying to get back to class. See, dollface? Ragatha squints at him, but for some reason she seems to trust me. Fine, but I'm keeping an eye on you, Jax. Ragatha leans over to me, whispering in my ear. Starla, if he's messing with you now and you don't feel comfortable talking to me about it, you can find me after class. She's so nice, I almost feel bad about what we're going to do. Almost. Damn. Jax and I sneak through the hallways before finding a locker labeled with Ragatha's name. I'm sorry, who do all these other lockers belong to? There's no other students here but us. Pictures of horses and farm animals are pasted on the outside. Come on, new kid, now or never. I go, well, I guess we won't be very cool if we don't do it. I gingerly pick up the centipede by the sides before setting it below a slit in her locker. Creepy crawly centipede slithers right in. All according to Kikaku, what? Nice job, new kid. Now let's hide out and enjoy our handiwork. We hide behind a corner and wait. The bell dismissed class rings a few moments later. We're cutting it close. Ragatha finds her way to her locker, entering her combination. And then... That's messed up, guy. Hold on, let me move my model. You see him in the corner right there? Ragatha's locker springs open. The centipede lands on the front of her uniform and she looks down horrified. I'm not doing that. What? Why would you put a centipede in my locker? You know how much I hate them. Why does it have to be me? Because only you would do something like this. Jax looks away slightly before taking credit for your prank. You got me, Raggy, but you should have seen the look in your face. Oh, you're terrible. She storms off. I'm glad Jax took the fall for us as I step up and behind the corner. That wasn't a very nice thing to do, but Jax seems pretty happy with me right now. So that's nice. Yeah, none of this is funny. Like, I don't know. This is more like on the lines of... I'm not gonna say bullying. It just seems like mean. Like, you know, it's not funny. Ha ha. This is like... he's the only one laughing. I walked to my locker into the coming distance. I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. As I gather my things, familiar figure swaggers up to me. Hey, new kid, you still hanging around? Yep, just getting ready to head out. What do you say? How about I walk with you after school today? Surprised at Jax asking to walk me home, I run out of words and just nod. Cool, let's go. Front door opens for us, and I stand outside waiting at the curb. My parents dropped me off this morning, and I'm sure they'll be here any moment to pick me up. Jax stands next to me for a few moments. Gives me a confused look. What are you waiting for, kid? My parents. Are you waiting to get picked up too? I'm 22 years old. I haven't been picked up by my parents for like 6 years. I'm going to the dorms. What? What? The dorms. He looks at me like I'm an idiot. The on-campus housing Kane designed for our class, where we stay when classes end. Oh, that sounds nice. I wish I was staying on campus. His annoyed expression changes. Oh, you poor little lamb. His voice drips with sarcasm. Kane really didn't tell you anything, did he? Look, sir, I love to watch you stand out here until the sun goes down and you start shivering in your little school uniform. Jack smirks. Honestly, just imagining it's pretty funny. Smile drops from his face. Your parents aren't coming for you. He says to me in a deadpan before continuing. Come on, we need to get to the dorms before it gets too cold out. Kane only gave us summer uniforms. Chill travels through the air and I ship him in place. Jack shivers too. Losing my patience. I don't care. He glares at me. Jax, I'm telling you, I don't have any housing on campus. My parents are picking me up. Jax just sighs. You just don't know when to give up. He glowers before walking away from me. Suit yourself, new kid. He walks up to the dorms. I'll show him. My parents will be here soon. They're not coming, are they? They're not coming. I'm telling you. An hour passes. The sun begins to sink below the horizon. Another hour passes. The moon is visible and the sky is darkening. It's getting really cold out here. Like really, really cold. I looked the way Jax walked when he left me standing here. A nice warm room sounds really good right now. Where are they? Stick it out another half hour before sighing, frustrated. Did they forget about me? Didn't you think it was awkward when Jax said that he's 22 and he's still going to school? This isn't college, right? I walk towards the door seeking shelter from the plane building. As I do, I run into Jax. Why was he heading out? Finally come to your senses, new kid? He asked, sounding tired. No, I just stepped aside because my parents forgot to pick me up. I bet they'll be here any moment. Jax's eyes narrow in annoyance. He drags a yellow gloved hand across his face in exasperation. Listen, new kid, get it through your head. There's no outside world. There's the school. He points to the large brick building across from where we are. The dorms. He points to the building we're standing in. And that's it. He mutters something under his breath. Okay then. But if these are the only two places, why were you going outside? That is... His face flushes and he turns away from me. Just wants some fresh air. Yeah, okay. He's gonna go see if I'm still standing there. It's pretty cold outside, though. Okay, well, if everyone stays here, then I should have a room here. Show me my room if I'm supposed to stay here. I grin, comfortable in my undefeatable logic. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's go find your room so I can stop babysitting you. What? Jax grabs my hand in his as he hauls me through the hallways, but I'm not complaining. Just another way for us to hang out together. So we walk through the hallways, 1,000 questions rush to my head. We pass a traditional Japanese-style door. Gango. We passed a door that's half blue, half red. Pomni. Past a dark door with black and yellow caution tape crisscrossing it. Me. Of course, that's yours. Past a door that looks like it belongs in a ranch-style home. Ragatha. Past a sleek door with bright geometric shapes all over it. Zubul. Come to the end of the hallway, finding a plain wood door with brass nameplate listing my name. And this must be you. Stand there in stunned disappointment. Are you going in, or... He looks sort of annoyed I haven't opened the room yet. Twist the handle and open my bland door. An equally bland room. Green mattress at the top of a wooden bed framed with plain white pillows. A dark green comforter with the school emblem on it has been neatly folded. In the back right corner, a beaten up metal desk sits with a computer looks almost as old as a desk. A neat stack of papers and a set of black pens and pencils have also been provided. Wow, pretty boring. Try to look around the room for anything to dispute these words, but come up empty. He walks to the seventh room and looks around at the plain interior. Not beating the NPC allegations with this one. Huh? NPC? Think Kane would have put a movie poster or something up? Guess he thinks you're boring, huh, Starla? No, I'm sure my parents just... Jax has stopped listening at this point. They're striding out of my room. What a waste of time. Wait, Jax, aren't you gonna say good... Well, fine. Screw you too. Night. Given my expectations I have for Jax being polite, Evie skipped on to say goodbye for the day. I feel like I might be making a connection with Jax. Maybe. I laid down in my bed, defeated by the day. It doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. Well, can I design my room? That'd be cool. I should save it again. It doesn't feel like I was sleeping alone when the lights in my room flash on, as if overridden by some remote console. The room to my door flies open as confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler. Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box characters. Principal Kane announces from what sounds like the hallway. Oh, well, time to investigate. Kane, what the fudge are you trying to pull this late at night? I always love Zubul. Zubul. His laugh is fast, voice manic, as if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased by it. You're lucky I even let you get sleep. Damn. This he blurts out in a harsh monotone before recovering his cheering demeanor. I'm here because even with the culture fair pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers that the Academy needs us to. I love Gango down there with the pillow, like... I feel like that would be me, just coming out of the room, just like, what's all the commotion? Ready to hit somebody with a pillow. I know she'd probably hit herself, but you guys get my point. Which is why it's cute as a sponsorship. He stretches out the last word using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to a drum roll plays from somewhere in the background. Ragdoll looks a little more awake, but the rest of us are still trying to shake off sleep to understand what exactly Principal Kane is talking about. Wacky Watch? The Wacky Watch. You see, the vendors for Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience for their products. But now we have the perfect setting, teen drama. But we're adults. I'm actually... Now, gang, I know there's a lot to take in, which is why I've already taken the liberty of affixing a Wacky Watch to each of your wrists. Each of us glanced down to my shock. To my shock, the watch is already on my wrist. How did it get there? I love the notion that they're all not teenagers. Like, they're all adults, and Kane is completely ignoring this fact. What in the... And don't try to remove them either. They've been affixed to your wrists with a very special adhesive. If you do try to remove them, let's just say they'll be taking a little piece of you with them. I can hear Gango begin to whine as panic sets in. Palmy tugs at her Wacky Watch, but no matter how hard she tugs, the wristwatch stays affixed. Her gloves stretch up like a rubber band as she pulls at the watch. I'm so curious how you got that on Gango, because she's literally ridden. Ragdoll just looks down with a resigned sigh. Kane, I can't remove the arm with the Wacky Watch. What the F? Principal Kane ignores our complaints as he continues his monologue. You know what? That does make a lot of sense. You see, my turtle doves, in order to secure the funding, we need to make it to day 5 in the culture fair. I need you wearing the Wacky Watches at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I won't need all of you to do ad reads, but it is of paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your Wacky Watches. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see what you do with the culture fair. Bye. He stretches out the last syllable as his body folds in on itself an infinite number of times, disappearing from sight. Well, I know it isn't ideal, but at least we can all talk to each other now. Should make communicating about the culture fair easier. With the sound of breaking glass, Gango's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face. Tears well up in her eyes. I don't want a Wacky Watch. Oh, Gango. Seeing the situation unfolding before her, Palmy pipes up. Well, I think it could be useful. Look, Gango, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw. Palmy goes over to Gango, lifting her wrist and pointing out the picture chat feature. That is kind of nice. Gango sniffles. Yeah, that's the right spirit, Palmy. Let's all get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's door. What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck to my arm? Was he really asleep that whole time? I decided to hide in my room before Jax looked for someone to take his frustration out on. I wish he would try to come to my door. Gonna be rabbit stew for dinner. Flick my dorm light off as I close my door. That's messed up, though. That's messed up. Oh, man. I checked my Wacky Watch. I got a text from Jax. He has set his avatar to a picture of himself flipping off the camera. That is something he would do. What the heck is up with this stupid watch? Why can't I take it off? I did not consent to this. I laughed. It sounds like the Jax I know. You didn't miss much. Apparently, Principal Kane took a sponsorship from Wacky Watch to keep the school open or something. And now they're physically stuck on us. They really are. This sucks. Yeah, but at least we can text each other whenever, right? I guess. I hope you sleep well tonight, even though Kane stuck these wacky watches on us. I wait several minutes for a response, but nothing. I begin to pull the sheets on my head when the wacky watch buzzes with another text from Jax. Whatever, night-night, new kid. Don't let the centipedes bite. To get to sleep, I cherish the bond that Jax and I have built today. Can't wait to find out what sort of trouble we can get into tomorrow. Alright, day 1, complete. Dang, we have 5 days. This is gonna be pretty long. I was expecting to finish this in one go. I'm not sure if I want to make this a new part, like a series. I think I might come back to it when I want to. I am enjoying it though, but I'm tired. I don't want to keep making too many mistakes. I might try to upload this back to back. I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one.